But this morning, we do want to take a closer look at the three terms that are at the center of all of these debates across our country. And those are the terms defund, disband, and abolish. First, we want to look at that term defunding, which is what the Black Lives Matter rally is calling for with all police departments around the country. So this term does not mean to dismantle a police group altogether, but to cut a police force's budget and to reallocate part of that money to programs that would improve the community. Some of those programs could include family counseling, gang and domestic violence, or community-led crisis response groups. And these would also be very specific changes based on the need of the local community. Second is disbanding police, which would basically mean break a law enforcement group down altogether and then rebuild it. Now, this is much more extreme, but about 8 years ago, we did see an example of how it could be put into place. Back in 2012, the city of Camden, New Jersey reached record high homicide numbers. And over the next year, the entire Camden County Police Department was laid off before city and county leaders overhauled the training program to focus on community policing, and then they rehired about 40% of their overall staff. Now today, the department reports an 85% drop in excessive force complaints. And there is a picture, if you take a look at the Camden County Twitter account, taken just about 2 weeks ago. It actually shows, here it is, right here. It is the police chief in the front of the protest line next to protesters. And Camden is being brought up a lot today as one example of how disbanding could potentially work for other communities. Finally, this morning we want to talk about the idea of abolishing police. That is the most extreme idea. Basically remove law enforcement altogether, and then those funds would be used for local community service groups. Now, not only is this extreme, but it is idealistic, because it's based on the idea that if a community is truly healthy, they should not need a police force at all. Now, this morning, a majority of protesters say that this idea is not realistic as a quick solution, but protesters within smaller groups, even within Black Lives Matter and other recognized protest groups, say that it should be a goal for the future to have a society that is so healthy that it does not need to be policed.